Jurassic Park, the junior novelization. Adapted by Gail Herman. From a screenplay by Michael Crichton and David Koepp. Based on the novel by Michael Crichton. Prologue. On a small island off the coast of South America, nighttime fell. Searchlights clicked on, and suddenly, a tropical jungle was brightly lit. A dozen workers stood guard around a section of the jungle. The area was closed off by a tall, electrified fence, the kind of fence that would surround a prison. But this wasn't a prison. It was an animal pen. The workers got their stun guns ready. Slowly, a large crate was lowered to the ground. A door slid open in the fence. Then, the crate was pushed up against the opening, and a worker jumped on top of the crate. He grabbed hold of the handles, trying to lift a panel. It was stuck. The worker pulled harder. Then, all at once, the panel flew up, and the worker lost his balance. He fell to the ground on the other side of the fence, and the crate was open. Roar! A terrifying sound came from inside. Quick as lightning, a claw whipped out. It reached for the fallen worker. Then it took hold and dragged him toward the crate. Fire! Fire! Now! Ordered a voice. The stun guns flashed, but it was too late. The worker was gone. Chapter 1. The sun beat down on Dr. Alan Grant. It was hot, and there was no trees to give him shade. There was just the dust and the rocks of the Montana Badlands. But Alan Grant was a paleontologist on an archaeological dig. He didn't care about the heat. He didn't care about how scruffy he looked with his stubbly chin and dusty clothes. He was interested in only one thing: dinosaurs. Alan bent closer to the ground. He was looking at a dinosaur fossil. 4 complete skeletons in such a small area, he said to Dr. Ellie Sattler. These raptors probably hunted as a team. The Tyrannosaurus bones over there must have been left over from lunch. Ellie, a slim, blonde woman, leaned closer to the fossil. She studied the bones too. Dr. Grant, Dr. Sattler, called a volunteer from across the dig. We're ready to try the computer again. Alan sighed. He didn't want to leave the excavation site. I hate computers, he muttered to Ellie as they headed back to the base camp. Alan didn't care for the camp either. It was like a circus, with tents everywhere and grown-ups and kids running around. Why do these volunteers have to bring their kids anyway? Alan asked. Ellie didn't answer. She knew how Alan felt about kids. For some reason, he just didn't like them. Alan and Ellie walked into one of the tents. Inside, volunteers were grouped around a computer screen. They were looking at a dinosaur skeleton. A radar pellet was shot into the ground around the fossils. They could see the entire skeleton without digging it up. Velociraptor? Ellie asked Alan. Yeah, in good shape too. Look at the bones in the wrists.